Green Book. Green Book is actually an important book for Black people, which was prepared by a person named Victor Hugo Green. In general, we can refer to this book as a list of all the places, hotels, restaurants, entertainment areas, and in general all the places where Black people are allowed to go. Green Book, with the unique performance of the couple Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali, can be considered the best example of 2018 among movies with a racist theme. In past year, we saw quite a lot of movies that dealt with the issue of racism. Movies that often talk about the importance of this issue that has not been resolved after many years. Explicit examples such as BlacKkKlansman, The Hate U Give, and If Beale Street Could Talk. About such films is the level of ability to tell stories and create drama that can firstly engage us as the audience in the narrative of the film and then introduce racist criticisms in the hidden layers of the story. But what often happens in such films, which can be very annoying and boring, is that the film turns into a statement or a speech. In such a way that sometimes we are asked why the filmmaker did not publish his words in form of a statement instead of making a film. When we are going to express a subject through the medium of cinema, we must speak in language of cinema. In a way, we should be able to narrate stories and create characters without exaggerating emotions and dialogues that clearly shout the subtext of the film to the camera. Features of Green Book. Green Book won the Best Film Oscar in 2019. First of all, no matter how racist the message is, in the form of the film, there are two completely opposite and complementary characters, a white Italian-American bodyguard, played by Viggo Mortensen, and the other is a Black African-American musician. It brings together a journey, and situations are created from this conflict that cause the gradual changes of the characters. Now, we get from each of these two characters, we approach the hidden layers of the film and understand the filmmaker's point of view. Now with this introduction, don't miss watching the movie Green Book, because it can bring an Oscar to Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. Review. Special and distinct feature of the Green Book movie is its detailed characterization, which we can analyze well by entering the film through the lens of characterization. From the very beginning, we know the character of Tony by his actions in the nightclub. He is a smart person who does not spare any opportunity to earn money. He likes to make money hard and using his intelligence. Wherever necessary, he uses his physical power to express violence. Extra weight that Mortensen suffered for this role is also completely helped by the physical appearance of such a character. Being in the atmosphere of the club has allowed Tony to be well acquainted with the atmosphere of betting and become a risk-taking, proud and full of desire to win. The initial setting of the film reminds us of Martin Scorsese's Casino and Fellas films, but with the difference that this person is supposed to leave the heart of this space and follow a different path and receive job offers from friends who are in this space. Had to reject. Also, the writers of the script try to make Tony's character lovable. Tony comes home at midnight and falls asleep after expressing his love to his family. He loves his family and is willing to do anything to provide for their livelihood. Even if at first he throws the glass of black workers in the bin, he is willing to accept the suggestion of protecting a black person for his family. Loving the family is enough for Tony to become lovable to us like Godfather and to value all his other immoral actions. Now, such a character is contrasted with Don Shirley, a musician, rich, mannered, and arrogant like Tony. With these features, we realize that the contrast between Tony and Don is not just about skin color, but this contrast is much more rooted. But it is this contrast that makes the situations interesting and complicated for us, and with Farley's comic background in his films, he can create comedy well in these situations. We can see this contrast in the way they are placed in the car, which naturally sit back to back due to being master and servant, and also in the way they talk. The two characters form a close relationship, with Don taking the left side of the back seat and balancing the frame. You could say we've seen another movie that takes an optimistic view of racism, like the ending of The Hate U Give, and hopes that the conflict between these two races will reach the same balance as the conflict between its two characters throughout the film, and that they will complete each other. Due to the evolution that shows itself in this dialogue, intelligence alone is not enough. It takes courage to change people's hearts. Comments on Rotten Tomatoes. Ben Sachs, yet Farrelly and his cast deliver the cliches with such sincerity and good cheer that the film won me over anyway. Matthew Rasha, an enthusiastic and well-intentioned, but ultimately cliched approach is abundantly evident in the final product. Claudia Puig, Green Book is a glib, caricatured and insensitive movie that reduces an enduring, dangerous societal problem to a calculated fable with a happy ending. Full review in Japanese? Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. Please write your opinion in the comments section and like the video and subscribe to the channel.